billion KDSP level 2 that will go to the 38 counties that have satisfied the World Bank conditions. And we are very, very pleased, Chair, to make this presentation this morning and to congratulate you. We know that Kakamega County is one of the very good performing counties and is one of the beneficiaries. And we congratulate Governor Nyoro. Kiambu County is one of the very well-performing counties that is also a beneficiary of this fund, apart from 36 other counties whose list we shall circulate today. And we want to congratulate them and encourage other counties that didn't qualify this year to work hard to improve on their performance so that in the next lot they can be able to qualify. Asanteni sana. Thank you. So we can take a few questions and invite you, those of you who can join us for a visit to Wangige Level 4 Hospital in Kiambu County to see what this money has done. Thereafter, we shall proceed to Tigoni Hospital in Kiambu County again, where Governor Nyoro is hosting us, to see what this money has achieved. Now, please, we shall circulate the statements, which has the list and the breakdown that will show you what each county will be receiving, how the 4.6 billion will be shared amongst the counties. So if there are any questions, please, we can take one or two questions before we proceed to Kiambu County. Yes.
Brian is my name. I work with the National Broadcasting.
Thank you.
I have a question in regards to the ongoing pandemic. 3 months since Kenya issued, directives on how to ease the spread of coronavirus. If you have to look statistically, you realize that since the month of March up to the end of the month of June, the number of cases that has been reported officially, we now be talking about 6,600 numbers. A month ago, these numbers have risen by a whole 16%. 2 months ago, they have risen by 38%. And if you were to extrapolate those data, you realize that going forward, the spike is likely to be more harsh. The country is awaiting to hear from the president on Monday on the way forward. In the last briefing, he said that the reopening of the economy largely depends on the preparedness of the counties. And he gave examples of counties that do not have even ICU facilities. I want to hear from the chair of CUT. Seems like now the burden of easing the lockdown measures has been thrown to the counties. And it's like now the fate now lies with the counties. From where you stand, are you of the opinion that counties are better prepared than they were a month ago in handling the crisis? Then number 2, according to the economic data that were released I think 2 days ago, it tells you that the Kenyan economy had a slower growth of about 4.6% compared to 5.5% in the last financial year. And it tells you that we're likely to get into a deeper economic slow growth going forward. How would this impact counties going forward?
Thank you. I think we can take one more before we respond. Yes.
That is allocated to them, there will be a lot of projects that are installed, and already we can hear the chair of the Council of Government
Thank you. The last one. Thank you.
Naitwa Anton Kenya kutoka MTV.
Yes.
Swali langu linaenda kwa COG chair Bwana Oparanya. Ni hakikisho gani ambalo unawapatia Wakenya ya kwamba hizi pesa zitakapofika kwenye kaunti zitatumiwa kwa sawa sawa, ama utakuwa na accountability kwa hizi pesa?
Yes.
Kwa Bwana Chairman, pengine tu Wakenya wangependa kujua breakdown ni kaunti ngapi ambazo so far zimepata wana idadi ya vitanda chini ya 300 kufikia sasa, ili iwezeshe Wakenya wawe na matumaini pengine huenda rais akafungua taifa, kwa sababu hilo ndio baadhi ya matumaini rais anategemea kama kaunti ziko tayari wafungue uchumi.
Asante sana. Inaonekana maswali yote ni ya mwenyekiti wa COG. Lakini yangu ni kuhakikishia ya kwamba serikali kuu itaendelea kufanya kazi kwa karibu sana na serikali za county, na hivi majuzi tumesambaza bilioni 5 kwa kila county ili kusaidia county zetu zijiandae kupambana na huyu adui anaitwa corona. Na siku ya leo pia zile pesa ambazo tunatoa ni 1.4 billion ambazo zitaenda kwa kila county kuwasaidia vile vile kwa mambo ya capacity building, na tumeongezea pia 4.6 billion kutoka Benki Kuu ya Dunia. Kwa ujumla hizo ni karibu bilioni, zaidi ya bilioni 6, kando na bilioni 5 tulizotoa mwanzoni kupitia Wizara ya Afya. Na hii inamaanisha ya kwamba kulingana na majukumu mazito ambazo county ziko nazo, ambazo zimepewa county zetu na katiba yetu, lazima tuendelee kuziunga mkono kama serikali kuu na to build their capacities ili watekeleze majukumu yaliyogatuliwa. Kati ya hayo ni jukumu la afya, health services. Na ndio sababu mnatuona hapa siku ya leo tukiwa na magavana hawa tukiendelea kupeana support. Ni ukweli ya kwamba kwa siku za usoni vile idadi ya walio na virusi inaongezeka kwenye counties zetu, uzito mwingi utakuwa kwenye counties. Lakini sio eti serikali kuu itawachilia mzigo huu kwa counties sababu huduma za afya zimegatuliwa. Tutaendelea kusupport counties, na hilo ndio hakikisho natoa leo wakati tunaendelea kupeana support hii, na tutaendelea kufanya kazi kwa pamoja. Na ningemwomba mwenyekiti mwenyewe aje awaeleze zaidi kwa yale mmemuuliza. Asante.
Thank you very much for those particular questions of preparedness. First of all, you must appreciate that this coronavirus is an international issue. It's even beyond the nation. And obviously it's beyond counties. And counties, to be part of the fighting, they should be supported appropriately. As you are aware that we were approaching the end of financial year, and most counties had exhausted their emergency funds. So the first issue we did, we had a meeting as Council of Governors, and we agreed that counties prepare quickly, prepare a COVID fund account in each county, and do supplementary to be able to spend that money as required. And this process takes time because of the procedures that are required to be followed. The time you make a proposal at the executive level, you move it to the county assembly have to discuss, pass it, come here and the treasury, hook it to the IFMIS. It takes not less than a month. But I'm grateful to report that counties, through that process together, they put up 6.1 billion in terms of their own environment from various accounts, 6.1 billion towards COVID-19. Additionally, the national government also supported the counties with 5 billion Kenya shillings. So that 5 billion already has hit the accounts of all the counties. And additionally, we have received the money. You have seen the support of 1.6 billion and 4.6 billion that we have received today. I think with that, no county should have an excuse that they are not prepared. However, there are other counties that are more hit, especially the border towns like Busia, like Kajiado, have been hit, like Kwale, that are near the border, Tana River, are really hit. And these counties have many infected people. Obviously, such a counties will still need a lot of support from development partners and also from the national government. And also neighboring counties like Kiambu, because Kiambu is now closer to Nairobi, and you know very well that Nairobi is very affected. On the issue of bed capacity, as I talk now, 15 counties have already either reached that level or exited. In fact, counties like Kiambu here, they have exited, they are over beyond 300 beds, but 15 have achieved that. And this is because of also the procurement procedures. Procurement procedures take time, and we have just established that there is a shortage of beds in the market, because everywhere people are looking for beds. So you can't say you will import them from all over. Where you want to import them, there also there is the problem is there. So getting beds has been a problem, and importation now takes about 2 to 3 weeks. I'm 100% sure that in another 2 weeks, all counties have achieved this, and they will have no issues because the money is now there. I can say most of the counties now will have maybe 200 million plus for preparedness, but how far that will help them, we have yet to watch as the president makes pronouncement on Monday the 6th. Now, on accountability, of the money, we have systems. We have already been given regulations by by Treasury here, how we should open that account, how those accounts should be operated, the approvals by the control of budget that are required. So I'm very certain that counties are going to use this money properly, and I will urge my colleagues, governors, to have an eye on this money so that this money is used for the fight against COVID. And we need to flatten this curve as quick as possible so that we are able to open the economy and normal life comes back, so that we have to move on as a country. Otherwise, I'm very grateful to my brother here that he has managed to support us as CS in charge of devolution. We have been very close, consultation, talking to each other on this particular issue. And the Treasury, despite the constraints they have had because of this, they have been very supportive. But we still urge them that we still need the money that we are supposed to have, because that's constitutional, so that counties can move forward without any problem.
And now I would like to invite Governor Nyoro, who is our host today, and who is inviting us to Kiambu County so that we can see the fruits of this facility at Wangige and Tigoni. And thereafter, for those of you who will be joining us, he has invited us for lunch at Tigoni Club. Karibuni sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Waziri. Thank you Chair of Council of Governors. Thank you, the representative of Treasury, our CSs. We are very happy as Kiambu to be here today, and we want to welcome you to join us to Kiambu. We are very, very happy, Chair and Waziri, for the coordination and collaboration that has been taking place over the recent number of days, particularly with respect to the fight against COVID. We've seen for the first time in 1 month, we've had 2 summits with the President and the Cabinet to discuss COVID. We also want to thank the government, the national government, for continuing to support, and the release of this money today is a clear indication that the collaboration between the counties and the national government is going on well. I think for us, we also would want to thank the World Bank, not just because of the release of the money, but also because they have been listening. When we started the projects that we are going to see, intentionally they were not to be funded by the World Bank. In fact, our gig started off with our own money. We allocated 70 million shillings to start off that facility. But along the way, we consulted with the World Bank and we requested for support. And they supported us to the extent of 150 million. So it has been a collaboration. They've been listening to us, and very recently we approached them and said, why don't we reallocate these resources so that we can be able to acquire additional facilities to fight COVID. And that's how Tigoni Hospital, which has not been funded, the actual hospital has not been funded by the World Bank, but the completion and the equipment and the facilitation has been through the World Bank, is through that collaboration. And that's what really you would want a development partner to be, so that you have some flexibility. Even as we think about Kenya Urban Support Program, whose money has just been released, and this particular release, we will be approaching the development partners through the chair and through Waziri, so that we can have more COVID compliant projects, including labor-intensive projects where our people will be involved so that they can raise a livelihood. So we would want to thank the bank, the World Bank, thank the national government, thank COG and all the governors for this collaboration as we move forward. I think the challenge is there. We in Kiambu are very close to Nairobi. In fact, a lot of cases that are tested and said to be in Kiambu belong to Nairobi. But that's all. We are all in the metropolis, and we are going to, we are raising our bed capacity right now. And I appreciate what the chair of the COG is saying about availability of beds. We cannot actually be able to acquire 200 beds so that we can raise our capacity to over 700. We are very comfortably going to be at 525, but we would wish to move further. So there are some constraints that we are dealing with, but luckily enough, I think also the whole idea of home isolation and all of that will help to ease the pressure. So once again, thank you very much and welcome to Kiambu. Let's go see these projects.
A question on Kiambu.
Karibuni.
A question on Kiambu.
Yes.
I mean, yes, the COG is talking about 15 counties that have already managed to meet the threshold of 300 beds. And so if you have to do a quick calculation, that comes to about 46.9%. So is it proper then to expect the president then to say now life can go back to normal under the prevailing situation?
Beds are what I call necessary but not sufficient condition for gradual opening of the county. I think we should not see, the number of beds as positively correlated to opening of the economy. There is going to be a lot. And the chair here has said there's a lot that the county governments and the governors are doing in order to comply. One of the things, with or without beds, is that we have to make sure, and I want to give you an example. If you look at our statistics, we've not had a single case in Gatondo South and Gatondo North. And that is not by accident. It is because we have deliberately made sure that we have limited the number of people who are moving from Nairobi towards those places do the roadblocks. Now, if we open the roadblocks, all of a sudden, you know what will happen to Gatundu. So it's going to be more than just beds. It's going to be, and I'm hoping, and we've had this discussion, the economy, we have to live with this virus. The economy is opening in areas that will have a multiplier effect in the economy. Like, for instance, the eateries. Opening of the eateries all of a sudden has linked to farmers. You can sell milk, you can sell eggs. So this is what we mean by gradual. So I think we should see the gradual opening way above the beds. It's going to be beds, yes, but there's going to be very many other measures that the counties are taking and the national government will be taking as we gradually open.
Thank you, and let us not preempt the president.
Exactly.
The announcement will be on Monday. Let us not second guess him.
Exactly.
Thank you, and please join us to Wangige. You are most welcome. Asante.